become one with the great Buddha is the formal translation. And this comes from a person that is a teacher of our teacher, now deceased, Soen Roshi. And this is part of the mandala day that they're talking about. The mandala got started because two Zen teachers were in different places, one in a Japan internment camp here in the States during World War II and the other in Japan. And they agreed on the 21st of the month to chant this wherever they were at 8 o'clock at night. So this goes on all over the world. 8 o'clock comes at different times, but that's okay. And that's part of what she's talking about, mandala day. This will be chanted just like we did, but in a much more gorgeous setting. There can come, believe it or not, times where you just let it go. It becomes no more important, the pain that you're having. And I'm not talking about doing damage pain. I'm talking about, oh, I don't usually sit this way and I'm uncomfortable. I'm not talking about I have an injury and I'm making it worse. But just those things where you might find if you were sitting home in a posture, you'd reach around a whole lot to get out of it. But here, you're not allowed to reach, so it all then becomes, it fills the room in your head, okay? It comes a point at which you can just let it go, and it's no more important than that door that just closed out in the hallway. It's just part of what's happening. We are little thinking machines. Butterflies fly, we think, okay? The art is not getting trapped in the thought and nurturing the ones that bring us pain, or the ones that say, oh boy, that chocolate was excellent, I can't wait till I get that chocolate. Where am I going to find that chocolate? God, how long do I have to sit here before I can have my chocolate? Well, what have you missed? You missed everything that happened around you during that time. So you become dead, or you become mindless, or you become thoughtless. It's just that every moment is an equal potential moment for something to happen if you have not trapped it in any way. So it's a case of being present, 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 present. It's not that you won't have grief, that you won't have joy, but you can experience them in the moment and move on to the next moment. We don't know what's going to happen the next moment. Gee, how curious, you know? So sitting can help you develop that sort of freedom to be.
Okay, so precepts, or you could also say going through Jukai, which is a period of study, and usually it's about a year, and it's a time where you study, maybe like, for example, our teacher gave us books to study. We studied the precepts, which are, it's kind of hard to explain, but maybe for people that don't know about it, it's almost like the 10 Commandments, but not quite. It's a list of things that you're going to vow to live your life by. So yeah, an example would be like I said before, be grateful for your life. Another one is don't kill. Another one would be don't engage in frivolous conversation, gossip. So.
This is a story, I think it was about 1600 somewhere. It's called Aso. A pregnant young girl claimed that Master Hakuin was the father of her illegitimate baby. The angry villagers presented Hakuin with the child and told him he must look after it. Hakuin replied, "Ah, so. and he took in the child and cared for it. A year later, the girl confessed she'd been lying, and the ashamed villagers asked Hakuin for the child back. Hakuin replied, "Also," and gave up the child. Buddhism claims one of the great principles that Buddha is said to have come upon was that there is human suffering. The root of suffering is our avoidance and attachment. And that's very hard to make part of you as an experience. I mean, the words are one thing, but the practice is helping put us in a frame of mind where we can see what our attachments are, what our things are that we want to avoid. This is partly what we're doing here. We're letting things go constantly. They come in our head here. That happens to be one way of practicing. There's more than one way of doing Buddhist meditation, by the way.